Hello guys, the coin here. This is an emergency update on the stock market, and I have some news to share with you. If I'm right about this pattern, this once again I copied the 1929 market crash from its entirety to its end, and this is basically the pattern that we're in at, I believe. And I will share with you where I believe we are on the chart. So if I am right, we are right here. Right here. Just take a look at this. Take a look how it adds up here. We went high. We had that flash crash here. We went up to this M. We went up to this M. We dumped around here. Now we're making the retest. I don't believe, according to this, I don't believe that we will reach the highs in here. Maybe a little bit lower. Maybe around this wick. And then we will crash. We will go retest the lows that we did in March. So these are the lows here, which is this here. This is where we will drop. I guess we will drop around, if this is correct guys, if this is correct, if we are watching the same patterns over and over again, and I believe we are, so that will put us around here. So if this is supposed to be play out, the stock market, I believe it's just a question, you know, the way things are developing, maybe, I don't know, maybe today or tomorrow. Just according to how I see that, how I'm watching this chart here, I believe that today or tomorrow we will be testing the 18,852. If this is correct guys, and if we really are here, which, you know, first I actually thought we were here, which we actually could be, you know, that's an M as well. This M actually went higher, but according to this pattern here, you know, we went to lows, we came from the highs, this is the high here, right? We went down, which I believe is this here. We went up, which I believe is this M. We went down again, might be around this level, and we are making the final M. So if I'm right, once again, if this is true, if we are here, we are going to make this M. We're going to make higher lows in the overall trend, and then we will start to dump. But on the contrary, if we are here, which, you know, it's after seeing all this play out, it's kind of a little hard, you know, because it's like I said guys, look, these were the lows in 1929. This was the first drop in 1929, right? We can all see it here. This was the first drop, so it dropped here. It kind of resembles this one. Look, you have this top, or this bottom, kind of a double bottom but a lower low. Here. So we went up, which we are here. Let me take this out of the way. I believe these were the highs, right? So we went up, we dropped, kind of looking like this. We made that kind of an M. It doesn't really look like an M right now, but this was the top of the M right here. I guess this was a low, right? We're starting to move up again, and yeah, this is the futures market starting to go up. So I believe that we will not go to highs. We will go make a double top basically, and then we will drop. If this is correct, guys, if this is absolutely correct, and you know how things have been playing out, I have almost no no reason to doubt that, but let's see what happens, guys. This is one for the history books, but I believe that we're going to make this. We're not going to make a higher high. We're kind of going to make a double top on this M here, so it could be here, or it could be even here, right? Let's make it like that. Yeah, look here, kind of made it the low here, and now I believe we are going to make we're not going to make a higher high. We are going to make kind of a double top around here, I think, and then we're going to drop. Once again, just to put things into perspective here, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Once again, you see an M here, right? So this must have been the lower M here. Incredible, man. Really fucking incredible. Let me just remove these trend lines. I'll add them back later. Just to have a better perspective into all of this. Really took me a long time to make this, but I'll just push the back button and everything will come back. But I really want to emphasize this because the resembles are just fucking incredible, guys. So once again, we dumped. Yeah, it's hard to make this. Yeah, but yeah, let's make a side-by-side comparison. So this was the low, which I believe is this. We went high, kind of like this wick here. It dropped, not to the low. We made that M here, that M. We dumped, which I believe is this wick here. We are higher in the Dow futures. So we're going to make a double top. Kind of. We're not going to highs to these highs here. We're going to double top here, and then we will start to drop. That's what I believe will be playing out. And once again, if this plays out, if this really is going to play out, then we're going to retest the lows. I would say we would go to around this level here, 18,892. That could already start to happen today. So this is really incredible, man, because these patterns, they just match, man. They just match, and then guess what? We will kind of make an M. So we will bottom out around this level. We will go up. We will make an M. We will make an M. We drop. or the first mountain we drop, we will make a higher high, and then we will dump a lot harder. Then we will dump a lot harder. So just to put things into perspective, I believe that the dump will be the dump maybe around this level here, I would say. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3 columns. About that. Then we will go for another high. Then we will dump again. I guess then we will consolidate once again. Then we will continue to dump. Yeah, man. Look, this is not pretty, guys. I know I'm just a guy in the internet, just, playing around with some technical indicators, with some bars and stuff, but you can't deny there is, look, this looks like a carbon copy, guys. It's incredible. It's incredible. So this here, this high is this high. We dumped, we made an M, or kind of a little mountain, so we topped, so we bottomed out. We're going for the final M, which will not be a double top, and then we will retest the lows. We will not go to the lows. I believe if this is supposed to be playing out, we will go to around this level here. We will drop here, then we will go high, then we start to drop again, and then we will go high. Once again, guys, I'm just playing around, fooling around with these technical indicators, but if I'm right, man, if I'm right, man, and you are listening to me and you have a little bit of money, I would start to take a look at these patterns and try to see that M, try to see that lower low, try to see that kind of double bottom here, or double top. I would put some money in the stock market. And I'm not a financial advisor, I'm just telling you what I see. I would put a little bit of money and make a short. How much of a short? Well, it's up to you. But yeah, that's what I would be doing, and yeah, that's what I believe, man. This is really incredible. So we're taking a look at the futures. Let's take a look at the Dow Jones, which is exactly the same thing, guys. Exactly the same thing. Well, actually, the futures is actually a little bit more insightful, but nonetheless. So we had this drop, we can see it here. I will try to make this a little bit bigger. The 4-hour chart is a little bit fucked up. So let's see it in here. So yeah, so basically we had this low here. So this was the low. We start to go up. This correction is more extreme. than in 1999. But like you said, like you can see, man, only the scale. Maybe the scale has a little bit of issues, but the rest is exactly the same thing. Just take a look at it. So we dropped. We made this lower low, which we can see here. We're starting to go up. We topped out. And now we're kind of making the M. So we topped out. I guess this is the mountain. I guess we're already starting to make the M. The M must be this here. So I guess when the stock market opens, I guess we will start to see that pattern as well, because like I said, you know, the stock, the Dow Jones itself, it's a little bit harder, not because of the wicks itself, but let's see if we can make sense with it. No, in the Dow Jones futures, we can see it perfectly, man. Problem is that the Dow itself, yeah, it's a little bit more problematic. So I believe this was the top, right? This was the top. This was the top. We dumped, kind of making this low here. This low. And let me put this into comparison once again. No, like I said, in the futures you can see it better, but I believe this will play out just the same way. So this was the top, which I believe is this here. We dumped, which I believe is this here. We had this little run up, which might be the top of the first drawing of an M. So we went up. We went up. We went down. Yeah, I'm trying to see a fucking M in here. It's like I said, in the Dow Jones itself, it's a little bit harder. But look, you could see it clearly in the Dow Jones futures. So basically, yeah, we dumped here. Top, we dumped. This might be the top of the M. This may be the low of the M. So basically what we will have to do now is at least making a double top. So I believe the Dow Jones will open in the positive terrain, like the futures is already starting to gain. So we will make this double top here. And then we will start to drop. Like I said, you can't see it very well here, but on the Dow Jones futures, man, you just can't miss it, man. You just can't miss it. You just can't miss it. So this was the top. This was the drop. We can see it actually quite clearly here. So the first M, or the drop, now we're going for a double top, which might be this or might be this, and then we will start to drop. Once again, that's what I believe will happen according to these charts, because just take a look at it. Look how similar, man. Look how similar they are. You can't just miss this, man. It's really incredible, man. You can't miss this, man. Take a look at this. This is the top. Like I said, you can see it even better on the Dow Jones futures market than on the Dow itself. So we had this high here. We dumped to this low. You can see it here. We made that M, that is here. We made the low, which you can't see because of this trend line, but it's here. It's a green line, so this is a low to about this level. We are starting to make the other part of the M. The last part of the M will go. We will go. We will go, and I can remove this again. See, this is the low of the M, high of the first M, low of the second part of the M, and now we're going for the double top. We're going for the double top. We will top out, and then we'll drop. That's what I believe is been playing out, like you can see in here very clearly. Here the low. Here in the trend line, there is the low. Second part of the M. Now we're going for the higher part and the last part of the M, and then after that, it's dumped to this levels here. These levels here. 18,894. It looks like we're almost done, so I don't know, I still don't know if that will happen today or tomorrow, but once again, if this is absolutely right, and there is reason to believe that, because this here, guys, this here is a 1929 chart, and look how accurate it looks comparing to the charts of the Dow Jones futures today. It's incredible, guys. But yeah, I agree with you. At the moment, it's fake pumps for people to FOMO and then a dump. Yeah, man. Look, it's actually possible because of these patterns here, Lee Smithson. It's because of these patterns here. I believe that just because of this, I believe that Bitcoin will actually make a double top itself, and we can actually take a look at what is going on, because we're only half an hour away for the stock market to open. But I think that Bitcoin will actually make a higher high, just according to all this information that I'm providing here. I believe that Bitcoin will make a higher high, or will make a double top. It will make a double top, and it will dump. Just according to what I'm seeing right now. And I was just, I was trying to figure this out, because I was spending here a little bit of time. I was just experimenting. First, I wanted to take a look at the timelines, because I projected the timelines as well. But then I decided to put the historical charts side by side. And yeah, man, I believe this is it. We're not going to dump to lower lows if this plays out, and I believe it will. I believe it without any shadow of a doubt. We will retest the lows of the stock market in early March, and if we put this into perspective, what this will mean to Bitcoin itself, we will go to around perhaps 5K, 4.5K. That's what I believe will happen. So maybe Bitcoin has a little bit of a pump. I don't believe we're going much higher than this, just according to what I'm seeing in the Dow Jones futures. I don't believe but sometimes there's delays. So yeah, we can't see the M here like that. We have to go back a little bit further. So yeah, basically what I'm talking about is that it has to come to this. This is the double top that it has to do. So 26,622, that's what I say will be where the futures market will top out, the Dow Jones futures. And like I said, if this is going to happen, Bitcoin is going to retest the 5K to 4.5K, maybe weak to 4.5, and then we'll hover between, according to these patterns, hover around the 6.5 thousand. If this is going to play out. So that's just my personal opinion about this, but once again, man, if this is right, then all you have to do is to put a little bit on a short on Bitcoin, maybe wait for a double top, kind of like this here, which is actually quite possible for a double top for Bitcoin. So no, I already put some money into a short position, a 3x. It's a token. I didn't want it to take much risk. Didn't want to put a 50x or 100x because liquidations, because you never know. But if I knew what I know right now, that's when I would dump. That's when I would make the short right here, or wait for the double top. But this is the area. This is the area for making a short here. Because once again, man, in Bitcoin, I believe we're already on the way out, even before taking a look at this chart, because I was taking a look at this broadening wedge here. This is a broadening wedge. It already fallen down once, twice, and I believe this is the final chapter. Bitcoin went above this this brightening rising wedge for the last time. Maybe it will just come back for another, I don't know. Maybe it will come back just for a retest, and then it's over. That's what I'm convinced about. Because once again, man, there has to be equilibrium in the market, right? We dump, we pump, we dump, we pump, we dump, we pump. So in my opinion, we're going at least, when we dump, we're going at least to 9,260. At least. Remember this pattern here, right? So basically this started to pump here, it went back up, it went lower, that was the end of this cycle, then it made this one, it pumped, it dumped kind of a little bit, and then when it dumped here, went up, and continued to dump. I believe this is the one. There is no longer any more support in here, unless Bitcoin goes to new highs. But like I said, man, if I would be bullish, and seeing the resemblance of the performance of Bitcoin with the stock market, there is absolutely zero motives for me to believe that Bitcoin or crypto is going to all-time high. I don't see it. I can't imagine. Yeah, on the 1 minute it looks like it's dumping hard, but it's just consolidating right now. Like I said, just because of the pattern that I'm seeing on the Dow, We might go for a double top, and that's it. So like I said, if you want the short, a 2 or a 5x, or wait a little bit longer, because I believe it will be going a bit higher. Even if it doesn't make here the highs, maybe it will retest this trend line here again. And yeah, I would short the fuck out of it, man, because I believe this is it. I really believe this is it. Just watching the candle or the bar pattern to what is going on. And the bottom line is, I've been taking a look at the charts. I look at the charts, I see patterns, but then I don't stick to my guns, because in a way it's actually easy to predict this, because look at this. This was basically signaling the pump. You know why? I will show you. I'm not saying that this happens 100% of the times, but no, when I saw it, I knew it. When I saw it, I knew that it would kind of play out the way it's actually playing out right now. Now I can see it. The fuck? Just saw it in the 5 minute, and now I can't see it. What the hell is going on? Yeah, this is the one that I was looking for. Just let's remove all the volume here. You know what? Why this was a signal that a pump was incoming, and I knew it, man. But I never go. I never go for my instincts for whatever reason, because then I got stuck in an indicator, and then you switch your mind off. You go with the indicator. So what told me that a pump was imminent was this flash crash, and the pump. Man, why the hell can't I see it here? What the fuck is going on? This is not it. Why the hell can't I see it? Maybe it's a little... Maybe it's more back there. No, because I saw it quite clearly, man. And now I can't find it. But I guess we must be near. God damn it, I can't fucking believe it, man. I have... Check out the time, dude. Why the hell am I not seeing this on the 1 hour? This was on the 20th of June. 20th of June. Midday. 20th of June, midday. Second, 20th of June, midday. So you're close. We're almost there, I believe. Here we are. Why? Because generally, when the market wants to dump, at least that's what I'm starting to understand by watching a lot of patterns here. It dumped first. Big wick. It pumped. Came back down. So then it dumped a little bit. Kind of back to these areas, and then after that it was pump all the way, basically. We had this little valley in here. But yeah, when I saw this pattern, man, and when I watched it first crash and then pump, I realized back then that there's a pump incoming. And yeah, it happened. Look, it had this low here, then it had this low, which was never a low. So man, yeah, man, and I saw the inverse. The inverse, I saw that as well. So basically, what you need to do is when you find these patterns here, and when you understand that you are at the low, then yeah, that's basically where you want to be buying. Even if you bought here, you just leave the position open, because I knew, because on similar patterns to the downside, when it goes when it flash pumps and dumps, it's the inverse. It goes to the ups. It goes back up, maybe around this level, kind of making a double top, and then goes a little bit sideways. Then it dumps. I saw that all the time, and in this chart you can see it as well. So yeah, guys, that's. I believe that yeah, this cycle is basically over. So we had this pump, which was significant. Now I believe we're going to see at least minimum of the minimums, 9,263. At least, if we continue to dump, if this is the start of the big, the continuation of the dump, because March was when the stock market started to dump. So we made that low, and I believe that we're now going to make we're going to visit the lows here on the stock market. We're going to visit the lows, like we can see here. We're going to visit these lows here. Not quite, so saying it's around here. So I would say maybe around this level, maybe around here. That's what I would say. We're going to retest the bottom. We're not going to see the bottom, I think, right now. If, like I say, I'm just relying myself on these patterns here. We're going to see kind of these lows, or maybe a little bit higher, because even according to when it dumped here, it dumped a little bit below. So maybe around here. When it wants to, or maybe even around here, I don't know, or maybe it will wake out here, so I don't know. So we're talking about 18,590 just by taking a look at these patterns here. That's what I believe will happen. I don't know if this is going to play out or not. It looks like it, but like I said, man, yeah, I'm in USDT at the moment, as it is too risky for me at the moment. If you zoom in on the BTC chart, 1 minute, it's jumping hard now. Look at the Ethereum to USDT now, lol. Yeah, no, basically what the markets are doing, and especially Ethereum, man. Ethereum has been pumping hard, and yeah, I believe that reality is going to affect Ethereum as well. It's going to affect all the markets. That's why. Oh, so Ethereum has already started to have a little bit of a test crash. So yeah, I believe this might be already starting to signal. We're seeing, in my eye, we had that rising triangle here, and now we're having the inverse. So I believe this is it. I believe this is it, guys. And since Ethereum is already starting to dump, I don't even believe that Ethereum, yeah, Ethereum could actually, or still may, I don't know. Let's see how the Dow Jones actually performs. We could actually see the highs here again, which already was very stretched out, you know. That's how stretched out Ethereum was already, so we had this rising kind of rising wedge or rising triangle, and now we have the ascending triangle, which actually pumped, which doesn't always mean anything. Now we have the descending triangle, which will yeah, make the dump. And like I said, if the stock market is to go test the lows of March, and Bitcoin is going to around, I don't know, perhaps 4 to 4.5k, just according to what I see here, then Ethereum is going to test the lows as well. That's why I don't have any crypto at all. Lee Smithson. Yeah, I only have a couple of I still have a little bit of crypto, but nothing significant, you know. But yeah, I cashed out a while ago. I was too early. I should have rode this wave up. But in the meanwhile, I added to my positions on the short term. And yeah, if Bitcoin is already going to 4K, although I'm only making a 3x, so it's already going to pay out big, at least for me. So I played around with 100x and 50x, but you know, I'm always not always, but sometimes I'm good at the positions, at opening these positions, but then instead of closing them, and that's the big mistake. You have to close these positions because, you know. But yeah, so that's what's going on. So Ethereum is already starting to take the dump in here a bit. So let me check out what is going on with Bitcoin, which is still actually hanging out strong. Yep, BTC is still strong here. Not dumping very hard right now. Ethereum on the other side is already signaling it wants to get out of this descending triangle, but like we can see here, it's actually failing. It's finding resistance on that ring here, so it's failing to go up. So this might be a false breakout, and maybe the double top is already out of the question as well. I don't know. But yeah, let's YM1. Let's check what the Dow Jones Futures is up to. So yeah, this is where it needs to go, in my opinion. This is where the Dow and the futures has to go. So this is basically the resistance that I'm putting out here. And then after all this, I believe maybe it will consolidate, but you know, and then starts to go low. So we have to wait and see what happens. I actually made here a little bit of a flag formation. I was looking for a little bit of a flag formation. I don't know. No, but I believe, yeah, I believe that the Dow Jones, when it opens, it will give it a little boost. And if I'm right, it will top out because the movement is not that much. It's not a very big movement here. So we're only talking about 26,657. So we're talking about a 400 point move. So I don't believe it will take. It shouldn't take much longer, but like I say, we have to see if the market is already wanting to do that. But it's still hovering around here. Let's see if there is a boost. So let's stay focused in here in this little chart. I won't even put the Dow Jones futures because the Dow Jones because it's delayed. So I will only start to get data from the Dow Jones, I believe, at 1435 or 1440 according to my timeline. But let's wait. Yep, we will wait to what is about to happen in here. Four minutes left. So yeah, if these patterns play out exactly, I believe that we will be near the lows this week. This week will be near the lows. But once again, we will have to wait and see. And in the crypto market, what it means to the crypto market, if it continues to follow the stock market, which I believe it does, if that happens, and wait a second, maybe I'm doing something wrong here. Maybe this is the M here. Maybe this is the top or the double top. Maybe not this. This, it dumped a little, went a little bit higher. Yeah, but this should be it, I think. We just dumped. This time it didn't make this, it just went straight to the M, I believe. Yeah, this should be it. This should be it. Because going back to this level here, it would mean that yeah, the pattern would be invalidated. But once again, we will wait and see, but I'm still because once again I really see a M in here. This was the valley where we topped out, we dumped, came back in here. This time we didn't have this slope here. Dumped. Second stage of the M, final stage of the M, and then no, this is the final stage of the M. Yeah, but basically that's what I believe. That's what I believe is about to happen. But let's wait and see. Because according to this, it didn't dump much lower, man. It really didn't dump much lower. So yeah, we had this basically was the biggest dump. Let's see once again what the future's doing. Let's remove a little bit here of the thing. I can actually paint it. So and I guess that should be around it. And then let's put another color in here. Let's do this again. God damn it. This. So let's remove this dump. Take this away. This as well. And this. So the market is open. So there is a delay. We have to wait what happens. So let's try this once again. This, then this, then this, then this, maybe this, and then boom. This is what you can see in here, right? This low here, the M, the bottom here, the other M. So let's see what happens. Let me see if I've already have some data on Dow Jones as well. It should be up. Yep, like I thought. So is this good enough to see the M? Well, if this is the M here playing out, we still have to go to around this level here. So we will have to wait the Y. Let's go to the futures market once again, YM1. And what the fuck is this? Getting me back to this panorama show. Crap. let's remove this drawing once again. So the futures is already starting to dump a little bit. Yeah, so basically I was expecting this here, 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 but it looks like it doesn't want to go there, at least of right now. So let's just wait here. Maybe it's filling this flag. It's actually a bearish flag, but yeah, it could actually break to the upside and then dump. So let's check out what Bitcoin is actually doing. BTC, USD. Bitcoin should be dumping a little bit as well, no? If the futures are down, although the Dow Jones is up. Yep, not much happening on Bitcoin as well. Ethereum, yeah, Ethereum is dumping. Ethereum is actually dumping a bit as well. Yeah, but yesterday, you know, the market, when the Dow Jones opened up, I believe it was at this time. I believe that the Dow Jones actually started to dump, and then it started to go up again. I don't know. Yeah, according to this, well, Dow Jones doesn't need much to go higher, so the Dow Jones only needs to go so it's at 26,257. So that means it doesn't need much. It only needs roughly 26,259, 26,608. So let's see what happens. This would be the top of the M, and then we will start to dump. But it doesn't look like it wants to go there, at least as of right now. Yeah, it's still on this broadening wedge. Let's see if it goes for another ride. Yeah, this drawing actually looks a little bit ridiculous. is actually a better way, I think. Yep, all I have to do is only to do a trend line. So this is the trend line here. Let's make another trend line. Yeah, with trend lines it's actually better than to do this crap. So this is it. Let's draw another one. Here. So what I'm expecting would be roughly around this. This. And then the dump. Yep, looks a lot better like this. Yeah, now if we actually take a look at the RSI swing indicators, it will kind of show you the same. Well, not on the 15-minute. On the 14. 45, let's take a look at the hour. No, not even at the hour, it looks like this. Yeah, the futures is maybe it must be consolidating a little bit. It happened before, it happened in here. Maybe it has to go down a little bit, so before it starts to do its thing. Or maybe that's it. I don't know. Well, the bottom line is this is a double top as well. This is a double top as well here. So, who knows? Maybe that was it. This is actually a double top. Yeah, maybe that could also be it. I don't know. We can also consider this a double top as well, so let's make an alternative guideline here. So yep. You could all actually put this, as of right now, it looks like a double top as well. So I don't know. I don't know. Still, this would be this would be much better. Although, yeah, still, it looks still quite. Once again, it's a double top compared to this one. So who knows? Maybe that's it. Maybe it doesn't want to go to test these to test the 26,650. I don't know, or maybe it still will. But you could consider that a double top as well. So not the double top that I was actually expecting, but yeah, let's wait for it. Oh yeah, before I forgot something out, but it looks like it's bottoming. Maybe it's going to try it. So I forgot something. There is actually some information that I've found here. So, oh sorry, I wasn't looking here. So look at that. No rush, mate. I think something has to happen by the end of the week. Yeah, BTC is in the red. I do also think they always try to liquidate it down shorts as people are betting it to come down. So pumps up will do before the big low down. No, like I said, man, if you don't want to take that risk, the only thing you have to do is to take a little leverage, 5x. If you take a 5x, it wouldn't hurt you. But I don't know. But yeah, nobody's watching right now. I don't know if Lee Smithson is still with us, but yeah, let me remove all these RSI swing indicators here. But I forgot to. No, I didn't forget. There's something I would like to show you as well. So I came across this article yesterday. I wanted actually to do a live stream and talk about it, but we can do it right now. So the International Monetary Fund, Kristalina Georgieva, wrote on June 3rd of 2020, she wrote, "The Great Reset. Remarks to World Economic Forum, Kristalina Georgieva, Managing Director of the IMF. My thanks to His Royal Highness, the Princess of Wales, and the Professor Schwab for bringing us together. Now it's the time to think of what history would say about this crisis. And now is the time for all of us to define our own role. Will historians look back and say this was the moment of a great reversal? To date, we see very worrying signs. 170 countries are going to finish this year with a smaller economy than at the start of the year. And we already project that there will be more debt, bigger deficits, and more unemployment. And there is a very high risk of more inequality and more poverty, unless we act. So, what would it take for historians to look back at this crisis as the moment of a great reset? From the perspective of the IMF, we have seen a massive injection of fiscal stimulus to help countries deal with this crisis and to shift gears for growth to return. It is of paramount importance that this growth should lead to a greener, smarter, fairer world in the future. It is possible to do this, provided that we concentrate on the key elements of recovery and act now. We don't need to wait. At the IMF, we see some tremendous opportunities. First, let me talk about green growth. Governments can put in place public investments and incentives for private investments that support low carbon and climate resilient growth. So they're still pushing the global warming crap. Many of these investments can lead to job-rich recovery. Think of planting mangroves, land restoration, reforestation, or insulating buildings. Think of the key sector for reducing carbon intensity where both the public and private sector can invest. So, considering that this was wrote on June, on the beginning of June, I'm actually quite surprised there is no talks about the pandemic, right? So they want us to stay home. So how the hell are we going to do all these stuff in here if we are in the middle of a so-called pandemic, and we have to keep social distancing and self-isolating, right? Right. So many of these investments can lead to job-rich recovery. Think of planting mangrove, land restoration, reforestation, and isolating buildings. Think of the key sectors for reducing carbon. I am particularly keen to take advantage of the low oil price we see today to eliminate harmful subsidies and introduce a carbon price that would work as an incentive for future investments. What? Am I reading right? So, as far as I understand, oil, right? Oil contributes for, carbon dioxide, all the crap that they talk about of, global warming, but according to them, we are responsible. We are responsible because we breathe, right? What a bunch of crap. So, I am particularly keen to take advantage of the low oil prices we see today to eliminate harmful subsidies and introduce a carbon price that would work as an incentive for future investments. Yeah, they're pushing the carbon tax once again. Second, let me talk about smarter growth. We know the digital economy is the big winner of this crisis, but we must not allow the digital divide to widen so that some countries and communities fall further behind. This would bring more pain than gain into the future. So it's critical that institutions like the IMF support investments that will shrink the digital divide, working in partnership with the World Bank and others. We also need to think carefully about how to make sure that the jump in growth and profitability in the digital sector leads to benefits that are shared across our societies. And that takes me to my third point, fair growth. We know that if left to its own devices, this pandemic is going to deepen inequality. That has happened in prior pandemics. We can avoid this if we concentrate on investing in people, in the social fabric of our societies, in access to opportunities, in education for all, and in the expansion of social programs so we take care of the most vulnerable people. Then we can have a world that is better for everyone. I want to conclude with an example from the past. William Beveridge, in the midst of the Second World War, put forward his famous report in 1942, in which he projected how UK should address what he called the five giant evils. The famous Beveridge report led to better country after the war, including the creation of the National Health Service that is saving so many lives today in the UK. In my institution, the IMF was created at the same time as well, at the Bretton Woods conference. So now is the moment to set up and use all the strength we have to turn the page. In the case of the IMF, we have a $1 trillion financial capacity and tremendous engagement on the policy side. This is the moment to decide that history will look back on its great reset, not the great reversal. And I want to say loud and clear, the best memorial we can build to those who have lost their lives in the pandemic is to build a world that is greener, smarter, and fairer. So that is what she is reading about, the Great Reset. So if she wants to talk about the Great Reset and not the Great Reversal, that means that they will have to start doing something quick. Because once again, I anticipate the stock market to break down any moment right now. So I don't know. I don't know what they're planning. I don't know what their deal is, but yeah, you know, maybe they're already setting up, but or maybe they're just going to let the stock market crash first, and then they intervene, and then they call it the Great Reset or whatever. But I don't know, man. I don't know, guys. I really don't know about this. What I know is that this system is done. I don't know how much longer it will take for it to dump. I have no clue whatsoever. But one thing that I know is that it is not sustainable. They shut down the world for all of this. Now they're talking about the Great Reset instead of the Great Reversal. So, you know, I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. Maybe there is a reset coming. I'll be right back. So the market is flat right now. Once again, according to the research that I've been making in the 1929 stock market crash, um, I'm expecting for the Dow Jones and the futures market to come back to 26,651, and then start to make the reversal, because that's according to what I've seen in the charts of the 1929 crash. So we will have to wait. We kind of formed a double top in here as well. So if this is it, I don't know. It could be, but although it doesn't resemble what what the 1929 chart said, because according to what it projected, we have to find a double top here. And yeah, it's not showing that, not even here. So I don't know. Maybe it already gave up. I'm not sure. But the market is, like I said, it's kind of flat. The Dow Jones opened to the upside, but you know, not that much of a projection. Bitcoin is always also a little bit flat. No, because if we are going to retest these levels up there, I expect Bitcoin to form kind of a double top as well, and then start to dump. but but I don't know. Well, I guess I will end the stream. Nobody's watching right now. I can understand nobody wants to be a bear at the moment, but but yeah, guys, I believe we're very very close, very close to start to drop here. It might happen today, it might happen tomorrow. It depends, because if it doesn't go to the upside, maybe we can continue to go sideways for a while. I don't know, but that's what I'm seeing here. Well, it looks like the Dow Jones wants to go up. So, like I said, the mark here is 26,614, I would say. Hmm. People talking about silver. Let's check it out. The silver market. Man, why the fuck can't I have this goddamn window Sorry guys, I don't know what happened. The stream went to shit. So, and the video just continued to roll, so I don't know what happened. Sorry about that. I didn't even knew that the stream was killed. But yeah, I'm going to end it right now, and if I'll find any useful information, if I see any update, I'll come back and I'll talk to you about it. So I'm the coin, and I'm out for now.